Yeah, I don't know how he's doing that, but superpowers, the powers we've been obsessed with forever. If you can imagine, there's probably an animal doing it right now.
Actually, the ape did
And
let
Mother
go,
Nature
and
has
the van was
favorites.
totally fine.
So, here are 5 animals with superpowers humans would absolutely kill for. Number 1, wouldn't really be much of a list if we didn't start with the electric eel. This is the static shock of the animal kingdom.
I have a curfew or anything, but I really gotta wrap this up.
Electric eels aren't eels like the name suggests. They're a type of knife fish that lives in muddy rivers where vision barely works. Instead of relying on sight, they rely on electricity. All knife fish use weak electrical signals to navigate, but the electric eel takes that idea and turns it into a living weapon. Electric eels generate electricity using thousands of specialized cells called electrocytes. Each one is weak on its own, but stack them together like batteries, and boom, 600 volts. That's enough to knock a human unconscious, and in rare cases, even stop the heart. They constantly release low voltage electrical pulses into the water. Basically, anything dead is quiet, and anything alive is loud, very loud. And electric eels will pretty much eat mostly fish and anything that's alive, except for each other, which is surprising. Electric eels are apex predators, so if you got beef with one, good luck, because you most likely live in water, and water carries electrical currents, which means you can get knocked off just by association from whatever this 6-foot power generator has beef with. So, for all of you hoping for electrical powers, unfortunately for you, the electric eels is already taking them. Thank God too, because if humans had electrical powers, we would all be fucked. Number 2, the mantis shrimp. Did you see that? Hold up, let me slow it down real quick. Yeah, that crab's claw's broken. The mantis shrimp, despite its name, isn't actually a shrimp, it's a stomato. What? Hold up. Why do they do this? If it's not a shrimp, then why the mantis shrimp is older than dinosaurs, dating back over 400 million years, meaning that punch has been passed down for generations. And this punch is fast, really fast. The mantis shrimp can strike at nearly 50 miles per hour like a small caliber bullet. That doesn't sound crazy until you realize something. Water fights speed. It drags, it resists. The mantis shrimp doesn't care. This punch happens underwater, just raw force pushing against resistance. If you're unfortunate enough to get hit, you get punched twice. First by the claw itself, then by the cavitation bubble. They say the bubble, when it implodes, releases heat as hot as the sun, followed by a blinding light, then, yep, sounds like an ultimate attack. But nope, they can spam this move as many times as needed. What's crazier is this is just its first superpower. The second superpower is its eyesight. 2 eye stalks that can move independently. One can focus on prey, the second can look for danger, all while it continues to beat the shit out. They have 16 types of color receptors, while humans only have 3, which is red, green, and blue. Your dog has 2, and birds have 4. You know, just to put into perspective why 16 is absolutely insane. Crazy part about all of this, you know, what's crazier than already having 2 superpowers, is we don't know why they have such insane eyesight. Like, outside of mating, which is an insane flex, and being able to see camouflaged food, we actually don't know the reason behind it. Like I said, Mother Nature has favorites, and she happened to give a crustacean the ability of One Punch Man and the eyesight to see John Cena. Number 3 is going to be the immortal jellyfish. Let's imagine you was a baby and you decide to live all the way up to the age of 70. Then you said, fuck it, adult life is too hard, I'm gonna reset. And then you turn right back into a baby and repeat the cycle all over again. That's the immortal jellyfish in a nutshell. This is the only animal in the animal kingdom that can restart its own life cycle like this. A common misconception is that people think that it's cloning itself. That would mean that it's reproducing. No, it is not. It is completely restarting over again from baby to adulthood back to a baby. It is doing this as a survival mechanic. So it's not doing it because it's of old age. Like, it is quite literally under so much stress, whether it be predators, maybe it's starving. It's just completely resetting its life as a survival tactic, and that is it. And it can do this an infinite number, well, not infinite. According to scientists, apparently, it can accumulate genetic mutations over time the more it does this reset button. So that might be a natural limit to how many times that can happen, but scientists doesn't actually know the limit quite yet. And again, it's not invincible. It can still be eaten before the reset. It could die to disease. It could die to sudden environmental changes. It can restart its life, but it is not invincible. Immortality does not equal invincibility. Number 4 is going to be the star-nosed mole. Yep, that is definitely a face only a mother could love. If I'm being honest, it actually looks inappropriate. Yeah, that tentacle thing on his face is his superpower. Well, it actually has a second superpower. For some reason, it is a really fast eater. Like, it can eat faster than we can blink. I don't know why that is so important. I guess if it was in a eating contest, it will take first prize. But back to his actual superpower, which is that nose on his face. And that nose doesn't work how you would expect a nose to work. Yeah, it is a good sniffer, but that is a hand on his face. For perspective, a human hand only has 3,000 touch receptors. That nose has 30,000, which is 10 times more sensitive than a human hand. And each one of those tentacles on his face move independently from each other. This mole can process information so fast. This is why, it's such a fast eater, because everything it touches, it automatically knows what it is and whether it's edible or not. Its entire existence is built on food. It has to eat almost 100% of its body weight every single day, otherwise it can die. And it can see a lot more with touch than we can see with our own vision. And that nose isn't just for touching. Like I said earlier, it is a very good smeller. It's so good that it can actually smell underwater, which is crazy. You wouldn't think that a mole like this could actually swim underwater. It's a very good swimmer, and it can actively hunt underwater, which is surprising for a star-nosed mole. Number 5, my favorite entry on the list, the bombardier beetle. Yeah, that is acid. The only animal on the list who is committing literal war crimes. A lot of beetles use chemicals to defend themselves, but the bombardier beetle is a little bit special. First, it has 2 storage chambers in its chest, one for hydrogen peroxide, the other for another chemical that I cannot pronounce for the life of me. When it's threatened, it will mix the 2 chemicals, and then it will spray at whatever threat is threatening them. The spray isn't random. It's shooting like it's at a gun range, and that mixture can reach up to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. That is boiling, and anything unlucky enough will be hit with burned skin, irritated eyes, and it might just go blind or just get disabled. For such a small beetle, it's one of the few beetles that can deter predators much larger than itself, even frogs. That is one hell of a superpower. Goes to show you why chemical warfare is banned by the Geneva Convention, because it is very effective. Alright man, that's my list. Those are the 5 animals with superpowers humans would kill for. This is my first video, so hopefully y'all enjoy it. If you like the content, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.